right, let's get this joint rolling. All right.
Let's go. Let's go.
Welcome to the podcast, guys. This is episode 1 of the Little We Know. I'm Johnny. That's the goofball named Will right there.
Still Will. What's up? I have a face for
Oh man,
radio.
he hit the nickname.
I got a face for radio and a voice for silent movie.
Dude's out there acting wild.
Yeah, so we're just bullshitting today. Our guest got sick. First guest. Put all that time and effort into the agenda, the scheduling dude, and my boy got COVID.
Yeah, low key an L, honestly, because like we really put in a lot of work, to have a guest on, and we didn't prepare to not have a guest, so we are definitely freeballing right now.
We really are, yeah.
But if you think about it, we can make some stuff up. We're good at the game.
Yeah, this will be our first episode, our first official, unofficial cut. Probably dropped that in like 5 years or something like that. But yeah, let's just like shoot the breeze. Let's actually have some business talk. Let's talk about what we're trying to accomplish here, and what people can expect from us moving forward.
Honestly, this podcast is just gonna be. It's gonna feel like at first I feel like it's gonna kind of be a little monotone just because I feel like the point of the podcast is to like teach people, you know what I mean?
Right.
And kind of influence them a little bit. But I feel like as time goes on, they kind of realize, all right, these guys are low key kind of funny. I feel like we'll start to like, get off of that monotone vibe.
Right. Like once we find our feet, and then also probably incorporate some participant feedback, folks who watch it, either the videos or see what Corey, our production assistant, produces in the background, or just overall, like when people let us know, hey, this is we like this, what we don't like that you're doing, we start to switch it up. Because I think to your point, we want to definitely make sure that the focus is on the little we know and having experts come on and talk about a lot that they know, but also like keeping it fun and having a good time and finding guests that can also kind of match that vibe. So yeah, 100%. This is our first time doing this. It comes with the territory. We literally know nothing about what we're doing right now, except how to sit in front of a camera and talk. We can do that all day. Crack jokes, make fun of people.
Oh yeah, but we got to do it with a purpose now. It's like 10 times harder. It's like doing homework. Like we could probably do it on our own accord, but when we're forced to do it, it's like, ugh.
It's kind of like trying to be like a comedian, right? Where you're like, everybody in the family's funny, right? But ain't nobody going on stage and like probably gonna make anybody laugh their first couple times out there.
This is low key the stage, though.
This is the stage.
I kind of dig it, though.
Well, let's.
I feel like the biggest thing is going to be directly like speaking to viewers and listeners. It's not going to be just talking back and forth. I mean, we've got the tone of speech that we got to use.
Right.
It's got to be to viewers and stuff, which is going to be a little different. Like talking in the third person. Just don't do that.
Well, I think the thing is like eventually what we hope to do is most things will come across as a conversation between you and I and a guest, but then ultimately it's like even our conversation between you and I has to feel like it's a wider conversation with an audience, right? That's what I always thought was a weird thing about podcasts, or like those like single person shows on YouTube, right? Where it's like it's just them, a green screen and a camera in like their mom's basement, or maybe like a spare room in their house or a closet. And they make it feel like you're actually there, like you're in that like dingy ass basement next to mom's washing machine, listening to this dude talk about like Zelda hacks or something like that. So yeah, I mean that's like kind of the vibe that we'll have to work up towards. But yeah, no, we'll have fun. If no one else likes it, at least we might like it most of the time. But hopefully,
Hey, I'm gonna force myself to like. I ain't putting in all this work for nothing. I'm a grinder.
All right. Well, let's just kind of what we were thinking about doing when we had a guest slated was just kind of like have them go over their basic information introduction. Let's start with us being the first guest. Now, we probably won't dive deep into like the little we know about things that, well, actually, the great deal of things we know, sharing it with an audience who may know very little about it, which is kind of our point. But maybe as a first run for folks, let's just share a bit of about ourselves. Um,
Yeah, I agree. We're the guests today,
we're the guests today, all right? So Johnny, we're gonna start with
which is a
you.
good thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
Lord
mean,
have mercy.
I would have loved to have had Abner on. We'll hit him back up. Let's do you first, right? Like, so, you are the guest. Uh, Let us know, where you're from, what you do, something interesting about you, and why did you choose to start a podcast with your old ass uncle?
Well, I guess I should start off. I know I said it at the beginning, but my name is Jonathan Marshall, and I'm from Ohio. A small little country town or whatnot. And I'm 20 years old, soon to be 21. I'm about to be able. Honestly, I'm just kind of a worker. I don't partake in like big activities. I just kind of go to work, and when I have like friends that want to go play basketball, I go up and play with them, and I typically just hang with my brothers and my cousin. Uh, that guy right there. What's up,
That's our
Corey?
production
Anyways,
assistant, Corey.
he's irrelevant. Actually, I promise.
Don't say that,
uh,
man. I know nothing about TikTok. This man said you got a TikTok account now for the podcast, and I thought I've never even been to
I
TikTok.
set it up personally,
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
but yeah, I'm just kind of a very low key guy though, altogether. Um,
You know,
yeah,
why this?
I'm also a
Why
firefighter, I
this?
guess.
You're okay. So you're a low key guy. You just work. You spend time with your brothers and your cousins, and yet you're on a podcast. You're hoping that tens of people will listen to each week. Why?
Honestly, hold up, repeat that question again.
Oh yeah. As a recap of
It's the pressure.
what you've shared with us, you're a worker, tiny small town Ohio, Hooper. Spend time with your brothers, cousins, and you are now managing a podcast that you started for the first time that you hope tens of people will listen to weekly. Like, why? You know, why do you want to do this?
Honestly, I think the biggest inspiration for me is like I found myself growing up and always kind of being that guy that like just always wanted to help people out. Whether it just be, like carrying somebody's groceries or opening the door or whatnot, or just, somebody's going through a hard time, just help them find a different way to, get through it. And I've always been kind of looking for my place in life and to try and figure out how to help people out in the best way possible. And I think a lot of people in the world don't really like confrontation, like they don't like you walking up and be like, hey, like you need to, stop talking to this person to move away from them. I feel like people gotta want to do it themselves and they gotta find that motivation. And a lot of people, they find that motivation through like music or actually other podcasts and, just like YouTube blogs or whatever it may be from their inspiration. So I feel like me starting my own podcast would be a great way to, kind of put that into my life. I feel like I
Right.
can talk about anything I want freely. That's not directed at anybody. And, it's just, that's kind of how I was thinking. And I watch a lot of podcasts and I listen to a lot. I don't even really listen to music anymore. And I feel like that just kind of gave me the motivation to start it. And then, you came around and you started talking and, kind of having the same views and stuff as me.
Right. Right.
So that kind of made me just want to figure out something and compile it together.
Yeah. Yeah. I respect it. Yeah. There's a lot of
Text me.
synergy. We have a lot of the same perspectives and ideas, but yet at the same time, we we're on different sides of the age of 35, and so we definitely are. So it's interesting to see kind of like what my perspective might be on a topic that comes up versus yours and Corey's. Um, so yeah,
Well, that's
awesome.
because you're ancient. Not everybody's 80 years old like you, Will.
That's right, right, right. If we were in Japan, I think that would be normalized, and I'm fine with being in the city with a bunch of old people. I love older
Oh,
people.
here we go. Yeah, they
Oh,
don't complain as much.
right. Um, cool. All right. Well, thanks for the intro. I'll kind of share similarly as you. I'm Wilson Cardwell. As an adult, I only really go by Will. I'll go by Ill Will on this show, which was the nickname my brother gave me when we were in. I want to say I was going in the fifth grade, right? And there was this night where we couldn't sleep, and he had music playing, and we would always do like freestyle battles, and I just went on a tear, and I didn't stop. I just kept going. He was like, "Oh, get it, Ill Will," and it
Hey
just
man, you don't got a lot of all these people that about to watch this video, bro. You better stop it, man. You
you
don't
had to
got
be there.
bars.
You had to be there. Yeah, similarly from Ohio, but now located in Boston. I like you. I mostly just kind of work. I'm in the social services field, um, supporting youth and families in the city to get access to high quality school time, summer learning experiences. That's what I do on my day to day. And but yet I don't. I try not to have my life be defined by the work I do, right? So even if it's really good work and really meaningful, I don't want that to be kind of like my sole identity as an individual, right? Um, and so I wanted to do the podcast as well with you, just because it's nice to have a connecting hobby outside of work, and I find that I'm the kind of person that I'll get so deeply ingrained into the work I'm doing in the city that I won't do anything for myself. And so just having this time to spend with family to just shoot the crap and just talk about whatever, but also to have like that similar commonality of like there's a lot of things I don't know, and there are a lot of people who know the things I don't know. uh how do we elevate that, right? Like how do we educate ourselves and better ourselves and advance ourselves based on people who know and have things to share with us? And I think that like when you and I were talking like last year when you came out and visited, that was like some of the stuff you were talking to me about all these people you were meeting who like knew all this stuff, and you were just soaking it in. And I thought there's got to be a lot of young people like you who just want to they don't they're not going to be able to kind of reach out to people who know things they want to know, because not everyone has that kind of network. And so I think what could be cool about this podcast is like to help people kind of social engineer their own network in their own learning in order to better themselves, give themselves more opportunities, and to just pique their curiosity, which is a lot of kind of what I do in my day to day. But it's cool to be able to do it without a lens of trying to save the world. Because really, I just looking forward to having fun and having people come on and enjoy the podcast, but really just getting to spend time together. I think it's most important. Having our family on and stuff like that is why I'm here. And yeah, I was so good at rapping. I probably could have been a rapper or an
Oh,
NBA.
here we go.
I'm just saying, like,
Got all sentimental. You had to go back, man. Look at you was doing so great, Will. You were fitting the vibe.
no, because people just don't believe me when I used to be that man, and I know I'm on the wrong side of 35 now, but like I could have been right next to LeBron James in Cleveland. I just, I don't know what happened, or at least in next booth.
So I do got a question. Obviously, we both kind of said like our lives are just very monotone. It's just kind of like work, do as little as we can, maybe here and there that we can try and make everything better. Are you satisfied with that? Like, do you think that there's something else that you want to look at, like in it doing,
That's a great question. I mean, I think I
excluding the podcast? I mean, like say, this does a thing.
no, but that's the thing too, though, is like people might want to come on, or people might want to tune in and say like, "Oh man, I'm looking for a community, right?" Because I want to expand like my relationship, and I may not be in a position where I can do that. And honestly, I think for me, it's like when I was younger, I used to always kind of look at who's doing something that I want to do, and then what do I need to do in order to get there. But I think at this point, I've pretty much picked my path in life, and my path is going to be what it is. It's the work I do, it's the people I impact, it's the reach I have, and though I joke about like rap and NBA and stuff like that, those were like things when I was much younger that I would like seriously be upset about, like not being taller than 5'10" and giving myself a chance to be, a starting point guard for the Cavs, right? Um, or I don't even need to be in college to be a rapper. I just need to like spend the 3 summers like Kanye West or something. But then eventually it's kind of like you learn
Nah,
to,
Kanye. He
I
lost his deal, man. He ain't like that no more.
know. But that's a great question because I feel like um, even for people who we consider to be successful, I feel like there's always something that's probably missing that drives that person to be successful, or like drive their success to replace something that might be missing. So
Yeah,
I'm content
I
with
like the way that you said that.
yeah, I feel pretty content with where I am, but I do know that like it's within my nature. I won't necessarily attribute this to all human nature, but the thing that we talk about at work a lot is that like we are always striving for like continuous improvement. Even if you are doing really well at what you're doing, like you are at your best when you are still striving to be even better than what you're being told, right? So like if someone's saying you're doing a really great job at work, we might say, and we can do better, right? And that's kind of like what my philosophy's been. And I think lastly, because as our viewers will learn, they're gonna be like, man, that dude don't shut up. I was just born like this. My daughter is like this. It just it comes with it. But it's
Oh,
like it's a bit lonely though, right? When all you do is work, you come home late, even though I have a wife and a daughter, like they're not my friends. Well, okay, my wife's my friend. Oh, okay, maybe they're my friends, but I got two friends here.
hey, shout out Auntie. Shout out Auntie. Shout out Nada. Those my homegirls, man. Not gonna lie
Um,
to you.
but it's like, but you know what I
No,
find?
but
You can join like communities like through like YouTube, like through these virtual settings and feel like you're a part of something bigger, and it doesn't have to be related to you trying to like save the world. So I think that that's kind of the also cool thing is that when you have something important to share, or when you give people a platform to share something really important, you have the opportunity to build a community that you otherwise may have never gotten an opportunity to be a part of. So yeah, great question.
I just I kind of want to like go off or something. Like one thing that really stuck with me is just kind of the moral of it is the fact that even when you're doing a good job, you said that you at least like at your workplace, your bosses and the individuals around you, they say like, yeah, we're doing great. Like we're getting the goals that we want and stuff like that, but there's always room for improvement. I
Right.
had this basketball coach. He passed away not too long ago. Rest in peace, Coach Mike. Anyways, but he had a saying, and he was a very, very level-headed guy. And his favorite saying of all time was, "Every day you need to wake up and get 2.2% better."
Mm,
And if you think about it, I mean, you can connect it to just about anything. If you're a workout kind of person, like if you go work out and you want to get pull-ups in, every day if you do two more pull-ups than what you did the day before, improvement. And eventually you're going to hit, you know, that goal of, say 600 pull-ups in a day or, 100 in a whole session, whatever it may be. Or, if you're, a worker, in a construction field and, just say you're laying block, normally you get about 800, block weight in a day, shoot for 802. And then next day, 804. Whatever it may be, you can always do that one extra, and that's kind of been a driving force for for me, just that little bit of improvement,
right.
even if it's like getting up in the morning, just and I normally get up at 5:30, 5:29. That 1 minute seems so small, but like if you have the discipline and like the self-restraint to like just do it, just 1 minute, you know what I mean, like you could be so much better, because we live on an average, what is it, like 75 years for males.
I don't
It's
even know if
probably
it's
a lot lower nowadays.
probably dry. So,
Probably lower. Yeah, my generation likes to eat Tide Pods and stuff, so we're probably down a little bit.
well, my generation
But
like thoroughly depressed after '08, and we're hurting. But no,
yeah, LeBron's about to retire. You guys are all about to fall like flies.
oh, once LeBron retires, you're gonna see a generational shift in the millennials that you ain't seen before. Um, no, yeah, no, that's real. And I guess maybe if we want to equate that to kind of like the existence of the podcast, right? It's like if you're that person who's kind of like, I want to start changing. Like I don't like my job. I don't like, and I guess you know, I'm a licensed counselor, and so sometimes I want to be kind of mindful of when we talked about like pushing folks for greatness, also being mindful of the fact that there are some like mental blocks that prevent some folks from being able to excel, right? But I think the beauty of what we can create here is just let's just normalize the fact that like we can all like improve. And it's not only that we can all improve because there's something we can improve, but as you mentioned, we can all improve because we have the ability to just get up a minute earlier. Like you start small. And I think to your point, Johnny, like sometimes people don't improve because they see it as too hard because they're always focused on the end point. And what you're talking about is like just focus on the steps. You'll get to that end point eventually, but take the steps to get there because you you have to take a journey to get to that goal,
crawl before you can walk, man.
right?
That's the way to go.
But you know what though? It's easy for us to forget that, right? And so we were going to have Abner on, and he was going to talk a bit about his life and background, like growing up in Africa, immigrating to the U.S., and what it's like to be a black Muslim in this country, and kind of dealing with TSA and police profiling. Because I know he's experienced that a lot here, and it's kind of like, okay, if people are also there he is, the J man. If people are also kind of going,
Oh,
I don't know, is he on his phone or something? It's like kind of like just like taking someone's experience and thinking about how can you take what they've learned or shared and take those little footsteps. That should definitely be something that we try to make foundational here. Is that we do want to be more of like a self help motivation kind of like podcast, but at the same time we want to do it in a healthy manner to where people are processing and understanding that like it's a journey towards greatness. Like it just doesn't happen in a day. I think he's
yeah.
on.
I
He doesn't have his
I think
camera.
he's struggling.
Yeah, he just needs to start to take some steps towards being great. I think. Okay, I think he's on. He's muted.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
There
On
he
a
is.
side note, oh, he's there.
He's there.
Side
Hello?
note,
Take that,
yep,
Michigan.
we're in there.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Oh, bro, we are Michigan haters, bro. You gotta take that down, man.
you gotta
You
take that.
gotta put a blanket up or something.
You gotta blur your background or something, man. You're about to make me sick. Oh,
What
we are
I gotta do?
a large population of Michigan graduates, the current Michigan students. We are all from Ohio, and none of us went
Dude,
to.
we're like Michigan haters, bro.
I don't even care for real.
Dude, you're gonna have to blur your background, man. It's
How
getting
do
for real,
you
man. You're
how
getting
do you
antsy.
how do you get it like blurred?
Let me see if I can share my screen.
Yeah, hold on. Let me make you. Hold on.
Uh,
Let me make him go. Oh, what is good? I'm messing with the volunteer. There you go. You're gonna be co-host. I'm gonna make Jacory co-host. I mean, I love the Tennessee Volunteers, but
Dude, you gotta have a versatile. You know what I mean?
no, I don't.
I get it, man.
All right, you should be able to share your screen now. This man is actually going up there to take it. Oh, he's not. He faked this out.
I had to brighten the lights.
What a cap. Oh, hold on, Will. So, side note, what Jacory? You know what, Jacory? Let's introduce you real quick. All right.
Yeah.
Ja'Cory, you got
Okay.
the show, man.
Hi, I'm Jacory. I'm not really a host. I'm not even a co-host. I'm the producer. Uh, I handle almost all the social media stuff.
Soon to be all.
That's me. We're all very versatile people here. I'm 12.
So Ja'Cory, like, I mean, as an overall though, like how do you fit into this? Like, I mean, like, how are you related to me and Will? I mean, what's the background story? I mean, you give us a little something.
Well,
I mean, did we just find you on the side of the road or something? Like, what's going
I
on?
mean,
I
you
mean,
might as well have.
I wonder.
I mean, so I'm related to Will because, well, that's my dad's brother, and I'm related to Johnny because that's my dad's sister's son.
Cousin,
Makes sense, right?
12-year-old.
Oh, she got y'all.
Guess
You
what I
know,
found in my basement?
oh boy, is it a tube?
It's a trap phone. Look at this.
Is that a
Oh, dude,
Ready?
that's like an iPhone. That's an old iPhone.
Bro, this is a 6S.
dog? I used to rock with
Hey,
the 6S Plus hard.
I did too.
hey, I remember I used to
Apparently,
have
I
the
did.
iPhone 4S hard, bro.
Oh yeah, iPhone 4S was my goat iPhone. Goat.
Okay. Let's talk. Hold on. Let's get on the subject of iPhones. If you had to rate top three iPhones in a
Okay. I have not used all of them, but I've been using iPhone since 4S, so I'm gonna go 4S.
Hold on. Stipulations to this though. You can't use like the processing power camera. You know, you can't use that
No.
stuff like against it. You know what I mean? Because that, I mean,
you
this
just gotta use
technology wasn't
pure
found yet.
phone. Like anything you can do on the phone that's not camera quality, battery life, just on the phone.
I'm thinking pure aesthetics and what it did for me in terms of like how I use a cell phone. So 4S, that was my first iPhone. Um,
Wait, look. Do you think that 4S has better like
Let him cook,
aesthetic?
man. Let him cook. Let him cook, bro.
That's crazy.
Just Jacqueline said, we just agreed we're not going to bring up processing and camera, and you were about to go down that route. Dog, 4S.
No, I wasn't. I was about to go on the amount of updates because the amount of updates are in the phone.
Oh, okay. Well, let me explain to you, my dude. 4S, I think, was one of the last ones that had a untethered jailbreak where you could just jailbreak the phone, turn it off and on, and it stayed jailbroken. I jailbreak every iPhone I have. I'm not
Okay,
updating.
let's pause. Let's pause right here. I'm gonna be one on one with the camera. Will jailbreaks every device he has. Go ahead.
Yep.
That's illegal. You can't say that.
Yeah. Next thing I know, we get like Tim Cook knocking on the door, like, I need to check your max, please. Uh, the 6 Plus, because that was the first big body. It had its issues with the screen popping out and the ghost touch phenomenon and stuff like that. And then my last one would probably be the iPhone 5 because
I'll take. I'll take.
I'll take.
It's not your turn anymore. Jonathan, go ahead.
All right.
It's always one for the
Hold on.
L.
Let me,
My God.
dude. I had to pull up all the iPhones. I had to explore my options a little bit.
Me
I wish
too. I
y'all could
got the
see my
list right
screen.
here. I got the list right
So
here.
Hold on. Can
I'm
I
gonna be honest.
let me ask something? Okay. However, I feel like I know, like I got set up. You for real set me up with this question because I'm 100% sure y'all are about to start ranking iPhones that you never even owned or bought.
Oh no, man. Let me cook, Will. Let me
Hey,
cook, man. I know what I'm doing in the kitchen.
I've owned a
Can I
lot of
put the
iPhones.
iPhone X? Can I put the iPhone X? I'm putting iPhone 4S. That was my first love. The iPhone X10 is the second because that one to me, honestly, that's neck and neck with the 4S. Then I'm gonna go the 6, and then I'm gonna go the 6 Plus, and then I'm gonna go the 5. Okay,
I don't like being interrupted,
my bad.
Oh, that sucks.
and that was very rude of you, and I do not want to see that again. All right,
So,
Johnny, your turn. As you're saying,
all right, I'm gonna have to say like best. You guys are gonna talk about this, all right? But this is goaded. This is dub picks right here, all right. Number one, all right. This was a really hard one to choose. Just from phones that I've had in my life, I've not had very many for very long. I'm gonna have to put the iPhone 7 Plus,
what a
and the
great
reasoning,
pick, Johnny, because
dude.
that
Hold
was
on,
on my list. What a
but
great
I'm.
pick.
There's a reason for it though. There's a reason. So the iPhone 7 was my first plus phone.
What a
I'm a
great
big
pick.
guy, all right. I'm a pretty hefty dude. And what was nice about that phone is one, it was a smooth, thin phone,
I
all right. So it was smooth, it was light, it didn't weigh down your pockets. Like I could hoop and like I could do my things and I could run, like do a little spurts, and my phone wouldn't like yank my shorts down. So that was a W right there. And then on top of that, I mean, I'm not gonna get into it, but like just the overall look. I mean, the cameras look better. You know what I mean? It was the first cool looking camera. It had had good cameras all the way around. I mean, it was a solid pick. All right. And then plus at that time in life, I mean, you were getting like thumbprint IDs and stuff like that. Those was coming in hot and getting better. So that was pretty legit.
all right. Let's.
At number two,
Oh.
we got to have the iPhone 4S. All right. iPhone 4S was goated. That was my first iPhone given to me by Will. Actually, I had his old one. I
Let
still
me
got
check.
it sitting around somewhere.
Let me check. This was not on the list.
And I see you weren't even old enough to have an iPhone 4. Like when you were born, the iPhone
You're
4
like
was
barely
obsolete.
older than me.
Ja'Cory, I'm like almost a decade older than you, dude. Cut it out. Sit your little
It's not
behind
even.
down, all right?
It's not. It's not. It's not even close.
Oh, I'm
All
three.
right, but the iPhone 4.
So
iPhone 4 was goaded. It looked the greatest, all right? It definitely has the best look that any iPhone ever created. And anybody can at me,
why,
especially because after they got a little older, you could change the colors of them.
why do you think they why do you think they got rid of the little curved of the six and the sevens? Even up to the iPhone 11 and 12, they still had the curve, and then they were like, "Wait a minute, we done messed up. We need to go back to the four design, so that way it's better." So, Corey, let's hear your takes. Come on, man. Let's hear the 12 year old.
I think
I have a
that.
slight bone to pick with y'all
Let me hold
about
on.
seven
I have.
versus.
Let me open the list again.
This dude actually wrote a
This guy
list.
has no.
Number one. Number one. We got the 7S. Okay.
What?
Based on everything Johnny said, 7S. It was the
Now we're
second
just
or third.
copying me. This dude's
No,
not even talking
no.
legit.
It was the
Well, no,
second
he
phone
went with
he
the
had.
next iteration of what you said. I don't even remember the seven. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, now next, number two, the 8 Plus was the first ever dual camera, and it
Not
was on
really. The 7.
Yeah, I thought the seven had a dual camera. Or was that flash on it?
don't. Once
No, it
again,
had
I
the
don't
both.
mind being interrupted, but okay.
All right. Let him cook.
Bro, this is what it's about.
Let him cook.
Okay.
Let him cook.
Number three, the X, just the X, just the 10. It was the first phone to be $1,000. It was also the first. It was also the first one to have Face ID, which we all know made our lives a lot better. So that's why it's up there for me. I just thought it was a great phone. That's my take.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. These are some pretty fire takes, but I have one bone to pick with y'all though, in that you're splitting hairs when you talk about the 6 Plus versus the 7 and 8 because those were all pretty much
the 7 and 8 were the same thing.
because if we're not getting into like
7 and 8 were not even close to the same thing. What are you talking about, sir?
pretty much
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
The 8. If you look it up, the 8 Plus had like 100 GB more storage.
Okay, you know what? That's valid. I give you the storage is pretty legit.
Thank you.
Guess here's my thing. Like So if I think about where I went with my iPhones, I had the 4S, then I got the 5S because I was on the S cycle. Then when the 6 Plus came out, I said, "Oh, I can't wait for an S. I got to get that big body in my hand
Ooh,
right now." So I went and got
pause, pause,
okay,
pause. Go ahead.
pause, pause. Um, and then I had so many issues with it though. Like I had to get the screen fixed multiple times, and then I was and it popped up getting the screen, and that was the first time I ever broke an iPhone screen. It fell out of my pocket when I was running, it just completely shattered. So
Oh,
then,
you don't run. Don't lie to these guys.
then um
Oh my lord.
then
Oh my lord.
when your aunt and I were on vacation, we were in Croatia, and I saw somebody with the no, maybe we were in like Paris or something like that.
Hold on. Who goes on vacation to Croatia?
That's actually a beautiful spot. It's a very popular area.
Yeah, we might even
Hashtag get informed.
yeah, we might go to Croatia for well, it's gonna be a long plane ride from where we're going, but anyhow, I saw somebody with the X in person, and I thought that's the most beautiful phone I've ever seen in my life.
That's
His
actually
nerve
true
came
because
up.
as soon as I started seeing the X, we were in Hockey Hills with Daniel, and I swear, as soon as it came out, we were in Hockey Hills, and at the time, it was like the time where a bunch of rich people will go up there and they go camping and kayaking, and we were getting on the kayaks. I kid you not. I think it was a group of people. I think they all got a group chat notification, and every one of them pulled out their phone. X X X X. They all had X's. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, dude, I have to get this phone somehow. Like I have to at least touch it. Like this thing
Uh,
looks gorgeous.
I feel the same way, and you know what? I needed it so bad that we had
Yeah.
ready, and we were in Croatia, and I went on AT&T and I ordered two iPhone X's, and needless to say, because I did it out of the country, they eventually did complete the order, but then they blocked our account for like 2 months because they thought that we had been hacked and someone had hacked our account to like order and send cell phones across the country or globally, and then eventually like we got it back. But I felt like it was worth not having access to my
And
account for two
that's
months.
a that's another thing. Airport security can get like really sloppy.
Oh, I mean, see, this is what
You
Abden
can't.
would have been great to have had Abden on here because he's had so many stories of. I've never met anyone who ever got put into one of those little rooms by TSA and grills and like search. And most times when he flies, he gets pulled out of the line and then he's just gone, like in a
No.
back room somewhere, getting
And
getting.
and that's the thing nowadays. It's probably worse in some areas now just because the color of his skin, like because he's black, and it's probably so bad in some places.
My dude got double whammy being black and Muslim. Those are two things that this country
Yeah,
since the early 2000s
especially
kind of
especially in airports, they don't mix well together.
it's like oil and
I
vinegar.
can just I can just imagine him not having a good time at the airport.
No, that's what he was going to talk about.
Yeah, that's why it drives.
Boston police.
All right, I have one more thing up on the list that I wanted to talk about today.
Okay.
I wanted to draft like in a round. So it'd go me, Will, Johnny, and there
No,
that
why
would
does
be
Will
the.
got to go first? Is it because I'm
I
white? Is
I
that
said
what we're
I
doing?
said
Are we
me. I said
racial
me. I
profiling?
said me.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know why you
Dude,
are so white. Like, see, Dexter doesn't either.
Dexter, cut it out.
Like, your mom got like the uber white gene out of all of us, which means all y'all just look like white kids. Anyways, you're still a Negro,
Okay, back to what I was saying. It's gonna go me, Will, Johnny,
right?
and we're gonna have 3 rounds. So each of us is gonna get 3 picks. So I'm gonna pick one. Will's gonna pick one. Johnny will pick two. Will's
Okay, I
gonna
understand.
pick one, and then I'll pick two, and we'll just go that until we have 3 rounds. So
Okay,
we're
what are we
gonna we're
drafting?
gonna pick. We're gonna draft all-time cartoon characters.
Okay.
Okay, that's
So
valid.
I was gonna give us like 5 to 10 minutes to look at it, write a list down. We could probably do a quick time lapse.
I don't even. I don't think. Honestly, I'm good. I know mine. All right, I'm ready to go.
I
I
know.
mean business with this list.
Okay. I couldn't.
All
I'm
right,
not ready to do back to back, so I'm glad that you're ready. But I definitely know
all
my
right,
top 10. So
all right. So I'm going first, right?
yeah,
Okay. Number one, I think, got to be SpongeBob. He's so versatile.
No,
Yes, he's so versatile. Who hasn't watched SpongeBob?
I
At one
barely
point, it
watched
was America's most watched show. Just
I,
saying. All
I,
right, Will, what's your pick?
I'm going with the Tasmanian Devil, classic.
oh my, dude, you guys are all flunking.
I look. I always loved Taz. I back in the '90s, dogs. You could get these T-shirts that would have. They were all like Warner Brothers themed characters, where it would be like the front, and
You
then
wanna go outside?
would be their backside. And I always wanted a Tasmanian Devil one, and I did get one with the Taz wearing Michigan apparel front and back.
Yeah,
Because full
yeah,
transparency, I used to be a humongous Michigan guy until I
yeah.
dating my wife, and her family all went to OSU. Things got a little dicey. But I used to be a huge Michigan fan growing up, and I rocked that shirt like on the daily, and that made me like love Taz. So, but I got
All
you.
right,
I got y'all in a more our lifetime pick on my next selection.
for sure.
Are y'all ready to hear the most goaded like cartoon character on the planet?
I'm ready to not agree with you, but for sure. But let's hear it.
Facts. Me too. Me too.
Scooby Doo. It's a
Oh,
Oh,
dog. Everybody
Will,
loves a dog.
that's a W
Everybody loves
pick.
it. Stop it. That is a W pick any day of the week.
I think you did it for that.
All right, and Johnny, you have another pick since you were at the end of the
Oh
line.
my lord! I thought
Oh Lord.
this guy said Scooby Doo, like Hanna Barbera stuff. Okay.
All right, next. I'm gonna have to go Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny, it don't get much better than that. That's
Oh
hard.
my
That is a hard.
God,
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I can respect that. Bugs Bunny and Elmer
that's
Fudd.
a good
Thank
pick.
you.
Bugs
That's a
Bunny
good
got me to
pick.
eat carrots to where, like, Nana was like concerned about the number of carrots I was eating. And my man made it on the roster as like one of the main characters of Space Jam. So you really can't argue with that.
Thank you. Bugs Bunny's the GOAT.
That
Now,
was
I
a
was
really
gonna
good.
put Bugs Bunny number one. I put Scooby up there because Scooby's got a tactical advantage. He's a dog. Everybody loves dogs. Bunny's definitely coming number two. How
I
many people you know that got a dog compared to a bunny?
I have
I'm just saying.
I got 50 rabbits in the yard. Dog, you
All
probably
right, all right, Will. Will. Let's get to your pick. Get to your pick.
my pick. Okay, Chucky Fenster, Rugrats.
Who?
What?
Who?
Did you say who?
Who?
Chucky
Who?
Fenster.
Johnny, I think we need to get this boy a Pop Tart.
Dog, Chucky Fenster had the most real story in there, right? You think you're watching a show about little kids.
No one watches cartoons for the
For the what? Y'all all them pros. I don't know who's.
story. That's where you lost me. Bro, well,
Dog, Chucky
you
Fenster's
have
mom and dad.
you have
His
the most Will.
dad.
You have the most throwback list.
Okay, I got you on the last one. Skip two now?
All right. With my number two pick, it's gonna have to be Ben 10.
Ben 10. Oh, Lord.
Dude, Ben 10 is the GOAT, Will. Cut it
Now,
out.
I think Ben 10 was a great pick, and that's just my opinion. But how do you guys feel about Ben 10?
Honestly, I wasn't even messing with him until Nada was born. So real talk.
Okay, I'm going between two right here. They're such hard picks.
Would y'all have been happy if I said Tommy Pickles?
All right, All right.
You said what?
Who?
Tommy Pickles.
Who?
Yeah, bro.
The Rugrats. Tommy Pickles, the main character.
Bro, who watches Rugrats, bro?
Bro. This is that age gap we're talking about, man.
all right. I'm gonna take
Rugrats.
my last pick. I'm gonna take my last pick. Give me Huey from the Boondocks.
Okay.
Stop. That is not valid.
What?
You really
Nah,
shouldn't
bro.
have been
You
watching,
not like.
you really shouldn't have been watching that show when you were watching it. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
But you shouldn't be watching it now. You are too young.
Bro, I finished that show like a month ago. Actually, if you guys really want to, we can make this.
I gotta stop cutting. I don't know who's cutting in and out.
5 rounds, so Will can get some redemption.
This is the most W pick out there. All right. Hey, I think I'm gonna take my crown and pick up the cup of this. All right, it's a package deal. Phineas and Ferb, stop playing for number 3. That's take 2.
Okay, hold
That's
on.
great take.
We're doing individual, but you're at the end of the line, so you can have 2 picks. But since they technically can't be together, that's an L pick.
Oh,
No, that's a W.
But if we were doing best duos of all time, that's the lottery pick number 1.
Dude, no, you gotta understand. Phineas is not Phineas without Ferb, and Ferb ain't Ferb without Phineas.
Bro.
It's they package deal. It's like Shaggy and Scooby, bro. The only reason we could put Scooby in there is because he's got his name on the show. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's the only reason that's happening.
All right, well, who you got for your last and final pick?
Y'all aren't gonna like this. You know why? You're not even know who this is. Doug Funny. Doug Funny.
Wait, what did he say?
You don't know who Doug Funny is?
Dude,
wait, say it one more time.
Doug Funny from Doug. You don't know Doug Funny?
Oh
my God. I don't believe this. Y'all are literally living up to the podcast expectations. Y'all don't know anything. I know everything.
What?
Man. Nothing.
I'm choosing Caillou over Doug.
All right. I'm gonna get my last pick in.
What did you commentary?
I said I'm taking Caillou over that clown.
You're taking Caillou over Doug? My Lord.
All right.
Can't do it, y'all. I can't do this.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna get my.
That's
last
a dub pick. That's a W pick. All right, you know what? We don't get to decide who the winner is. So, viewers, in the comments, wherever we decide to post this, or even email us at the Little We Know Podcast at gmail.com. Send us what you guys think. All right. Send us who do you think the winner is. All right. Me, Jacory, or Will. All right. We really want to know so we can settle the debate. All right. So let us know.
I can't believe this. All right, Jacory, what else you got on your list?
The last thing on my list was top 5 humans of all time.
Okay. That's easy.
I feel like that's going to take a minute.
And this is going to be only alive. I mean, we can do.
What?
All right, fine. We can do dead and alive. All right, I'm going to go first again. Keep the same order.
Corey, you know what? Let's go with alive. It's going to make it harder.
Okay. I'm going to go first.
Hold up. I feel like I should go first.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I got put in last time.
Okay, go ahead. That's fair.
All right. Y'all, you guys might disagree with this, but real talk, first pick of the draft, I'm taking LeBron James.
No, you can't take
it. Don't get much better than LeBron.
You can't take my pick. You can't take my pick.
Dude, it was my pick. What are you talking about?
No, you cannot take my pick. I'm closer to
on my list. On my list, he was projected number 2.
He was number 1 on my list. There was no projection. That's why you lost that.
I got a sleeper.
I don't even
Am
know
I
why
not allowed to pick Bron or what?
you can have a fine. I mean, how about this? We all
No,
agree
you can. You can
James
definitely.
is up there, so pick somebody else. LeBron James is already Mount
No,
Rushmore.
no, he can let him have LeBron. Go
Okay,
ahead, Will. Who do you got?
fine. Oh, that was my guy. I've been a LeBron guy since before you even born. I think everybody knows this about me. Everybody knows this about me. Whose pick is it?
Yours?
Tyler the Creator.
Stop!
Tyler the
He was
Creator.
on your list. No wonder you needed LeBron.
My baby.
What?
My baby. That's my baby.
The only good song, Lemonhead with 42 Doug. That's the only good song.
No,
Okay,
that is the
Johnny.
worst take that we've
Yeah,
had on this podcast.
Johnny, the pick that Will just took was not a good pick. I would have took him like 5th round. But Johnny, what you just said was absolutely irrelevant.
Stop.
I mean, I got to stick to who my top 3 living people would have been to pick.
All right.
Would have been my second pick. So.
All right. So it's my pick now.
Yeah.
All right. number 1 on my list, we got Oprah.
That's a valid pick. I don't know much about Oprah.
I wasn't going to go there, but I have a similar person.
And since I get back-to-back picks, since I'm at the end of this line, for my second pick, I'll take Taylor Swift.
That's a W pick, bro. She's starting a movement.
That is, for me, right, like maybe 6 months ago, that would have been like a controversial pick. So I wasn't really quite aware of what the hype was all about. But even though I may not be a fan of the music, it's like I can be a fan of the grind and the hustle. So,
and that's why I picked her, because she recently had over, I think it was like 30,000 people at a concert, and it was record at like top 10 loudest concerts in the world.
I know this. All right, who's pick? All right, that's
it's your pick, Will.
Okay.
You know, it's yours.
I'm going with Obeezy, Barack Obama. That was my other top pick.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick. He was on my list.
That's valid.
I mean, honestly, I got a little like shook because I did not expect Johnny to pick LeBron. So I would have usually gone LeBron, OB.
Who did? Why would you not think he was going to pick LeBron?
For his first pick?
Yes.
That's a good pick.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying I knew I was going to pick LeBron first. So that's fine. I got Barack Obama. He should have been my number 2. Should have been my number 1. But like now that he's not president, it's like, come back. You got to help us do something, bro.
All right, Johnny. It's your pick.
Dude.
You get back-to-back picks here.
Dude, I'm struggling. Like I got a couple guys in my head, but I don't necessarily know who.
Johnny, I'm gonna give you a little help here. God did.
Oh, geez.
All right, man. You know what? I think you guys are gonna underrate. You guys are underrating this pick. I guarantee it. Like I will put money that you guys are gonna underrate this pick.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say it because he revolutionized the way the world is today. Jeff Bezos.
Bro, the way you were just talking, I thought you was gonna say MLK.
No, he's dead. This is the live candidates only. But not.
That's going in. I'm clipping that. That's going in a TikTok. He said, "No."
No, but like real talk, you can't tell me that's not a good pick. Dude has revolutionized the way the world works. With everything that happened with COVID and stuff like that, if it wasn't for old Jeffrey Bear, we wouldn't be as forward in life. We wouldn't have as much advancement and, like online shopping, online, like anything. I mean, he revolutionized the way that the internet works in the shopping world. And with a worldwide like pandemic, like COVID, where it shut all of our trading facilities down, if it wasn't for him coming up with Amazon and blowing up the way that he did, we would not be where we are today.
All right, Johnny, you have
That's
two
facts.
picks. You have two picks. I'm here, pretty sure, right?
Well, didn't you just do
I
two picks?
think so, but
Because I've only
Yeah, Johnny, you.
How does he have
Wait,
two?
how many picks
I
have?
haven't even had two picks yet.
How many
you
has
don't get
Johnny
two
had?
picks. You're in the middle. I get one pick.
Okay. Will, your turn.
I got to give it up to my favorite white Jewish comedian of all time, Larry David.
Okay,
That's
not
that's
that.
a mid pick. That's a mid pick.
Really not mid. You don't watch enough Curb Your Enthusiasm and then say that's mid. I grew up on that dude. That is my favorite comedian. Dude, that is who I try to. I'm all about situational comedy. That man is a brilliant writer, a master.
All right.
Mundane. Okay, I got my next.
It's my pick. Is it my pick?
Yeah.
Give me Hitler.
Whoa. Right, and I'm glad that he is for a lot of people's sake. All right, I don't want to be that guy, but he's gone. He's no longer with us. Cancel it. Boot him from the cast. Boot him. What happens to a soccer ball, Corey?
I'm joking. I'm joking. It's not my pick.
We're gonna have to put I'm joking. Do some sensitivity training. Clearly.
I'm joking. That's not my pick.
He's 12, guys. We are truly sorry. We know better. He doesn't.
Yeah, did somebody say Kanye West or did he say who I think he said? I'm just leaving.
Oh no. Oh no, Kanye. That's great.
How many are we at now? We're at 4.
All right. I
thought we were doing a 3.
We have 5 rounds. 5 rounds. That's not my actual pick. For my actual pick, literally, for my actual pick, I don't know if this counts, but give me Jesus.
Okay. And in your opinion, does his race matter?
Yeah, he's black.
Okay.
Hold up. What happened?
Just wanted to ask a little segue question about whether or not his race mattered.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter, but Jesus is black.
Okay, he put it out there. I just wanted to know if somebody was going to take a stance. That's all.
I was going to put it out there. I'm going to let him know.
All right, is it your turn, Johnny?
No, it's your turn, Will.
It's my turn. How was it my turn again? I said Larry David. You just said Jesus. Who did Johnny say in between those?
Because we're going this way. We're gonna go. So it was Johnny, you, me. So now we're going. So it was Johnny, you, me. So now we're going me, you, Johnny, Johnny, you, me, and we're gonna do that.
So
okay. So next time we do a draft, we're just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, because you're making this complicated. All right. And it gives everybody a fair pick, because if you get back-to-back picks, I mean, that's kind of rough. You can swing the whole race. All right. Next up, I'm gonna put. Do I get 1 or 2? Do I get 1 or 2?
1.
We're on to number 4 or number 5.
4.
I don't even think I picked 3, guys. Anyway,
you have.
Who have I got then?
You said this is your third pick, right?
LeBron.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're gonna pick 2.
Yes, Jacory, you've got 4 picks though.
Yeah, you are. You
Anyways,
are picking 2 people here.
Yeah, Johnny, you pick 2 people to stay in the race.
Okay, so I get 2, and then we're back like Craig.
Yes.
All right. First person I'm gonna say is probably Adam Sandler. All right, W pick right there. Stop it. Don't look like that. That's a W.
That's a great.
Who am I gonna pick?
Adam Sandler's not better than Larry David. I'm sorry. Put some respect on my man's name. Larry David is like.
Stop.
800 mil. 800 mil for Seinfeld. He didn't have to put any more after that. One show.
Oh my god. Played.
Never do that
I guess
again.
I'm gonna have to say Elon.
Oh my
Bro,
God.
that is an L pick.
Come on, let
It
me.
is. It's not the worst
Ron,
pick.
you said Jeff Bezos. You said Adam Sandler.
Elon and Adam Sandler.
And
So
you
who was
said
your fifth?
LeBron.
I don't have a
LeBron.
fifth.
Who did you pick after LeBron? You picked Jeff Bezos after LeBron.
Yes.
Yes.
Then you picked
And then Adam Sandler, and then
Elon. So you only got 4 people right now. You might as well just finish your garbage takes and pick like one more person.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Will, you're going to pick your fifth pick. I'm going to pick my fifth, and then Johnny's going to pick his fifth.
Okay, he's gonna need the time for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some time for sure.
You know what? I'm gonna do something really cheesy here, and I'm saying my fifth pick is gonna
Oh
be
boy.
my wife because I got out of Ohio thanks to her. My daughter, money, success, power.
Don't say my pick.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to pick my wife, your aunt, because if not, I'd probably still be. I mean, no offense to Ohio, but
Well, that's not really a pick.
that's a pick.
That's definitely a pick.
That's a pick, but that's not like a good pick.
It's not a good pick. Dog, we wouldn't have this
The people don't know who your wife is. The people do not know that.
Talk about her a lot, folks. Don't worry about it. Still, come on, bring my daughter on. You know.
All right. For my last pick, give me
Not
Beyonce.
get in the frame, dog. You are blending into your blurred background.
Yeah, I know.
I keep telling you this, and you just keep not listening to me.
Who, me?
Hey, you know what? I don't know why you're yelling at me.
No, because you're not. You didn't listen. You didn't blur your background like we asked you to. So go ahead. Who's your last pick? Michigan. Let me guess. Bo Schembechler.
Are you talking to me?
He said Beyonce.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear him. Yeah.
Okay, bro. You being goofy with that brown egg hair you got, boy. I don't want to hear this, boy. Your hair look like an unshaved ball sack, boy. Stop playing with me.
All right. I'm going to say Kobe Bryant.
Oh, he's dead. Oh, you're canceled.
Oh, damn. Damn.
Oh, no.
Wow. How did I screw up the rules? Like, that's an L pick, bro. I'm be honest. My bad, guy.
Someone who is not alive. But yes, you got to pick somebody else. Kobe's already on our Mount Rushmore anyway, so it's fine.
Is he though?
All right. Probably David Goggins.
L pick.
Stop playing. He revolutionized the way motivation works.
I'm joking, bro. That's a good pick, bro. Chill out.
Nah, bro. I'm about tired of your attitude, Ja'Cory.
You're me riding. Oh.
Here's what I find interesting that we might get slaughtered on is that we kind of all pick folks within this. I don't know. I think we'll see.
I think I definitely won this draft.
Do you want to open up the drafts to comments? You just want to open it up for all drafts and ask people who they think won, didn't win?
Yeah, I think absolutely. Like, as viewers, we need you guys to comment on the podcast or even email us at the Little We Know Podcast at gmail.com. You know, email us, get a hold of us, contact us.
And even if they do email us, even if it's like personal questions, we will answer.
Absolutely. I mean,
we will
all about feedback.
100. Yes, we will 100% hit you back because we all know how it feels to get not responded to.
And also, as viewers, if you guys don't want your comment or clips or questions, posted, or if you want your name blurred out or whatnot, I mean, if we featured on the podcast, feel free to let us know that. I mean, we can show your question and we can talk about it. That could be a topic for the next, you know what I mean? Or a draft about a topic that you guys choose. Or just simple questions that you guys have for us. Or of us, we are going to get out as many different forms of social media as we can, and we are going to make that readily available to you guys. So, I mean, just feel free to get a hold of us and let us know what's going on.
they're probably gonna ask like, oh, your guys is well for some reason, Johnny, you keep like freezing. So I think we'll have to do some tech tests over the next couple weeks, um, just to make sure that we have
I
like
need a better router.
yeah, you can get a Firehawk.
Before we go, I just had to let you guys witness. If you guys have never witnessed this before, this is Wet Sock Gang. I don't know if you're a fan.
No,
Yeah,
what?
Wet Sock Gang. My fault.
Who's a part of what? Who's
Go
like
ahead.
we're
I'm on the
left?
burner. I'm in the burner camera phone right now, so I'm just looking to see what's in here.
What?
Why am I laughing so much? Mike Wachowski.
Dog,
Oh
you're about
boy,
to pull some news from like a decade ago that ain't nobody.
you're about to get canceled. You're about to get us canceled, dude.
No, this is fine. This is what we. This is
Oh,
what
what they know about?
you.
Hey, what they know about Clout God? Eat, sleep, clout. My fault. My fault.
How long? What's our runtime looking like?
Um, I don't know. I don't know. What time did we even start this? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. The
I
beginning
just don't want to, make a movie.
Team game. Okay,
we
it's
were
not a team
really
game. Okay, I did my part. All right, I
talking
put
about
in a
that.
great game plan. I mean, these players, they're horrible. My players are no good. I mean, there was like no excuses. I got 22 excuses. 11 on my offense.
Doing?
Okay, here's something.
So he's doing
Topic idea here.
him. Thank God. Okay.
So obviously, I'm really just about kind of getting to know us and getting our vibe and displaying that to the viewers. So, what is something give me two things that both of you guys want to accomplish, or do you want to start taking steps towards to get done in life? I mean, it could be anything. I mean, it could be money, or it could be a goal in the game of basketball. Whatever it may be, or even learning how to drive. Ja'Cory. But you know what I mean? Like, what are two things that you guys really want to get better at as soon as possible? Like, what are two things on your agenda? Ja'Cory,
Gotcha.
this is the PG-13 podcast, sir.
Yeah, I want to write a book and get it published because most other goals that I've had in life, like I've already achieved them. Because I just have like
Oh,
very simple things, but
W take.
the one thing that I wanted to do is well, it's just because I didn't I had some I set my goals as things that I feel like I could accomplish, right? But even with that, like I would love to write a book. And I think honestly, like in terms of the short term, I would love to be better about like social network engagement and try to get this like cast up to like 1,000 subs on like YouTube, something like that. Because that's something to where I'm kind of like I don't really use social media a lot. Uh, I just don't really have much of a use for it. But now that we have this going, I think spending time trying to like work on a brand and getting public awareness about the podcast and stuff like that would be an accomplishment. It would be me having to engage in a tool and then into some practices that like I don't normally engage in, mostly because I just don't find it important. But I think for the purposes of what we're trying to do, like it is important. So that's those are the two things I think I can accomplish before I'm hopefully before I'm dead. If not sooner.
I
Steph
respect
Curry
that.
low key got a fatty.
This guy's not even paying attention.
He's on mute. He this is why we keep him in the background.
Yeah, he's a social media guy.
Or he's
Nah,
watching
but
times of like, we're gonna be the little known podcast underscore two at this rate with this guy. All right,
hey,
John,
he brings a good spice though.
he does for sure, for sure. All right, so what are you thinking?
Honestly, how dumb this sounds, I want to learn to type like on a computer efficiently and well. Sounds stupid, but like a lot of my life, I mean, starting up this podcast now, like I gotta be able to type. I don't know if you guys have seen me trying to type, but I've been sending text messages here and there. You know, I'm talking to Josh and making sure they're okay. But dude, like I'm typing like this. You know what I mean? I'm like here and there, like a couple buttons. You know, I'll get like this,
Right.
and I'll just fuck around. But
Dude,
I really
and
want to type. I think it's an important skill to have.
perfect. The little we know. There we go.
Yeah. Little we know, Johnny can't type to save his life. L. And honestly, another thing I really want to get under control is I want to learn the best way to like fabricate things. I mean, like I want to like create my own creativity in a way. Like I want to become more creative. That's something I really want to get towards. So like what I mean by that is like at work, you know, there's a lot of times, you know, with tools, you know, a tool breaks or something, we have to kind of like fix it for the time being to get the job done and then we can get a replacement. I want to be able to, you know, like function and you know get me A to B to complete the job or whatever I'm doing. Or you know, it's kind of like coming up with an apostrophe. You know, like when a problem happens, just hit your apostrophe and your light bulb pops.
Hmm.
You know, something like that.
I think that that's a great point. I think that creativity is something that we take for granted that people have, and I think that that's something that that you can definitely become better in, because they often say like creativity is a indication of like intelligence or genius or whatever. But for me, it's kind of like it's also a skill set that is something that can be taught, and as long as you are invested in improvement, and I think that we can get some people on here to talk about that. Who, you know, because that's going to be a requirement. You know, me and the social media, you and the creativity, we're gonna have to think differently about the work in order to kind of like help the podcast be successful. And then we got this guy
Yeah,
here to have all the creativity in the world. We just got to get him focused.
mature enough to bring it.
All right,
But
Damon.
yeah, like honestly, making the logo that really made me kind of like hit home. I'm like, man, I need to be more creative. Just because I mean, we were coming up with logo ideas, and I mean, we had good ideas. I came up with a great starter spot,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
know, we all kind of like factored in here and there, and just different stuff. But like, dude, my brain was clicking like really. SpongeBob episode where everybody's all running all crazy, things are on fire, gears are broken. That was my head when you're like, "Hey, we need to come up with ideas for you know for the podcast with
right.
logos and stuff." I'm like, you know, like it was
Yeah,
rough. I'm not gonna lie.
here. If you don't have to do it on the daily, then it becomes hard to do for sure. Uh, but we'll get there. Like you and I, like we talked before we ever did our first recording. We expect this to be in the, like when you look at it from a professional standpoint, like trash. We want it to be like that. We want to have somewhere to grow, so that way we can look back at what we've been able to accomplish and be like, you remember that first, second episode, like, and then we'll be amazed at how much we've changed. So that's a great question, because this will help us as we look back to see how far we've come towards those goals. Um, but like,
Facts.
I want to have before you also answer, and then before we wrap up, I want to go through and get these logo mocks that we got on the screen, and let's internally take a vote, and then let's maybe um, make a poll on YouTube or something like that to get some votes on which one we should go with, because we're down to two.
Yeah,
Corey,
we're down to two. Okay, that's a great idea.
two goals.
Score.
Definitely not on. What did you say, Will?
You got two goals. Two goals you
What
want
are
to.
two things that you want to improve about yourself? Two goals that you want to reach in the near future or in the late future?
Um, I want to get the Master One in Clash Royale, and
This guy's an idiot.
I think probably like dunk before like the 8th grade.
Okay.
That's the goal.
You taking goals? Like, are you taking steps to like progress to that spot? Like, are you taking steps in the right direction to be able to dunk or to be able to get the master one.
Let's say like I'm gonna give you an example for today. We went to go swimming. You called me and I was dribbling the basketball. I was working out in my basement. That's a prime example right there.
That didn't help you dunk
Well,
necessarily, but I get it. I mean, it could help you get your open lane. Yeah, I guess because you are pretty doppy. I mean, you look like Wembanyama that's 10 years old. So I mean,
just because
you look like a telephone pole with arms and legs.
Just because I'm almost as tall as you, you don't have to shave me.
Hey man, I can't hate. Like one of my goals was to get to Dragon. Oh, look at me getting blurred out. Whatever you can. I was trying to get the Dragon on.
They don't will
in like college. And
Will, that's a fine. They just don't want to see you.
Will, do you have Clash Royale?
They don't want to see gamers shine. I mean, that's what it is. And we can talk about video games.
Yeah, I mean that's all it is to it, for real.
Yeah, I mean for real. He's not a real gamer. That's the issue.
Who?
Johnny.
Oh no, not at all. No.
I mean, I won't. I mean, he is good at Resident Evil 4 and Assassin's Creed, but I don't know if he's ever really accomplished a ranking goal before.
I will click that link.
Can we talk about how in Clash Royale, Johnny's the GOAT? All right. Johnny's already hit Master 1. Let's just talk there.
I would roll you.
Stop it.
With my old team, I would roll you.
No.
Yes,
by far. As long as you're not like a whale, like paying for that Master 1, I can respect that.
Hey, what?
All right, let me throw on some King real quick for the theme.
Some Deo.
Okay, so obviously we are getting ready to close off.
Yeah, but let me
intro, outro.
No, we're gonna have the outro on. I just want to go through these.
Oh yes, this is what we could have a poll on this. So is this the new logo?